All right, what does everybody else think?
I agree actually with Frank. I agree. Alex?
You know, if the majority's position is that we only want to submit written testimony on the first bill and the third one, that's fine. I'm okay.
First and third. Michelle?
So I'm waiting for the motion. We're good.
All right, so, and are we gonna, and so do we want to submit just written testimony, or do we want to have somebody go read this?
We all seem uncertain about what we want him to read, so there's the concern right there. We can literally dictate to Alex.
When in
We
doubt.
certainly could.
I will read.
But I mean, the other thing.
Alex, do this.
And like, I would be more than happy for Alex to speak for us, but I mean, like, I would probably rather have somebody on the commission volunteer to go do that as well. I mean, I feel a little.
He is the chair, he's the chair of the transportation.
Yeah, no, and believe me, he's killing it. But, you know, if we're gonna send somebody to speak for 6E, you might be ideal to have someone who's, elected.
Good. That's
But I mean, I'm certainly can be persuaded otherwise.
I don't have a problem, but the issue is this is gonna take too long to talk about at this moment, what he would actually say, so.
So if the
What's the
support.
motion?
Well, I'll make a motion. The first motion is that we submit testimony, written or unwritten, showing our support for the mandatory, for the parts of the Vision Zero Omnibus Bill Act of 2019 and for the Curb Extensions Act of 2019. Specifically, the part being omitted from the Vision Zero Omnibus Bill Act is the provision that would allow citizen traffic safety enforcement pilot program.
So
So
what
when you said unwritten, did you mean verbal?
Well, I was going to say, we would send our support, and then I wanted to talk about it.
Okay, so then we just first,
Get our support down, and then we'll.
yeah, say, let's first vote on written testimony, and then we can decide if we want to do oral testimony. So I think we're good with
So we're-
submitting what we had written.
Yes, we're submitting,
With the one-
yes. With the one
exception.
caveat, yeah.
So I would.
Now, wait, I'm getting confused.
Sure.
Are you doing the omnibus one now?
We are gonna do, the Vision Zero Omnibus Amendment Act of 2019, withholding our support and showing opposition.
Wait a minute, withholding our support, okay.
And showing opposition to the Citizen Traffic Safety Enforcement Pilot. And also giving our support to the Curb Extensions Act of 2019.
And in the Vision Zero, recommending the increase in the notice period to
Ooh,
agencies
let's
from
kick that
30
to
to
next
45.
one.
You don't want to have 45 days instead of 30 days?
Oh, I certainly do, but I mean, I feel like we can kind of stick that in a written testimony to a written resolution before
But
the.
that's. but just-
All right, yeah, all right,
Throw it in.
that's fine, that's fine. I'll add that to the motion, that we request, that we don't show our support for the mandatory protected cycling lane amendment act, but request that in the event it's passed.
No.
I'm confusing you. So, no, in
The
Bill
visions-
23-288, there's a
Oh,
notice
oh,
provision for 30 days, which should be 45.
Excuse
That's what I'm
me,
saying.
yeah, oh, the omnibus bill.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
You want to make that 45 days?
Yes, okay, sorry, I was thinking the other one. All right, well, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Padro, all in favor?
Aye.
I'm abstaining.
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in support, 2 abstentions. Now, how do we want to submit this testimony?
I would say in the interest of time, we would just submit written testimony
Written testimony as written,
with the changes we discussed.
with the changes okay, yeah. Are you making that a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Wait a minute, what was it? I'm sorry, I'm getting.
So the
What was
motion
that?
is that we submit written testimony for those two bills with the modifications to the prepared testimony that we have discussed earlier.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
One nay, one, did you abstain or nay to the last one?
You abstained.
Oh, you abstained, okay.
You're a name, Frank?
Okay. Well, that was challenging. All right, old business.
I have one piece of old business.
Yep.
Some of you may have noticed that in the latest plans for the construction of the new Banneker Academic High School on the site of the old Shaw Junior High School and the current Shaw Recreation Center, that there is a proposal to reduce the sizes of the Shaw Skate Park and the Shaw Dog Park by approximately 30% for each of those two facilities, after we had been assured by DCPS and DGS and all the powers that be that those two areas would not be impacted by the construction. So, for what it's worth, I'd like to make a motion that ANC 6E communicate its opposition to the proposed reduction in size of the Shaw Skate Park and the Shaw Dog Park as a result of the construction of the new Banneker Academic High School, and then we communicate that opposition to the mayor, the council, DCPS, and DGS.
Was it for the dog park or what?
Dog Park and Skate Park.
So what, is it that this was,
They're chopping 30% off of each.
so they showed you the original plans?
Mhm. And though they
And
were,
now
they were
what-
leaving them alone, and they had promised up and down that they were not gonna reduce the size of those community facilities.
And what did they
And
go
now
to shoot?
they decided to go ahead and reduce the size of those facilities to be able to accommodate a larger football field.
So when did the community get told? When was this? When were we informed of this?
When were we informed? That the community was uninformed, they just sent around the revised plans.
Oh,
They have enough space for a football
Yeah,
field?
Yeah.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous. All right, do we have approval, I'll take a motion for approval of last month's minutes.
So moved.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
And the treasurer's report.
As of September 20th, our balance is $41,440.20.
Okay.
Motion to approve it?
Yes, I'm sorry. Motion to approve.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Announcements.
Expenses.
Expenses.
Oh, expenses, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Karen, I'm trying
Oh, yes.
to cheat you out again.
And also, make a motion to provide Karen $20 for minutes and web maintenance.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
We also have a $227.
Oh, yes.
The cheap me, man.
We don't wanna pay anybody. Like the Trump organization.
$227.
$227 for post office box at Brentwood. It's only for 6 months. It expires February. So we have that box again in February. We'll try to get a new box back in our own neighborhood in February. But right now, we have to renew that box for 6 months. That's $227 that I paid for a couple of weeks ago. He has a receipt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I emailed all the commissioners a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so make a motion to reimburse Mr. Frank Wigan for $227 for the,
Post office.
for the
P.O. box.
post box, yes.
Seconded, all in favor?
Aye. Perfect.
All right, now we're on to announcements. Wait, well, let me do the commission and then you're right up. You're right next after the commission, I promise you.
The Friends of Washington Annual Library will be having a book sale this coming Saturday, the 5th of October, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Items for as little as 25 cents or a bag of books is even a better deal. We also have DVDs and CDs. All of the proceeds go to supporting free public programs at the library that are not paid for by the district.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, yes, you know, I'm an old Shaw resident, but I just want the commissioners to know that's here today, that tomorrow she's coming, which is the mayor of this city, to our ANC 2F. And if any of you all, because I have some questions, and I'm very displeased about the Shaw School, and I want her to explain to some of us, where in the hell is it going to be? And I would love to see some representation, not as a commissioner, but as a native proud Washingtonian, from some of you. Because as you're speaking about the 30% reduction on the dog park and the skate, you know, that is another important fact. And that's another reason that I'm glad I am here, Gloria Hightower. Hey, how you doing? And I really am very concerned about the historic Shaw School, middle school, and where is it going to be? And that is going to be one of my major questions that I will be asking her, you know, because there's no need to, you can't overturn what the legislators approved, but we truly can get from her where is it going to be? You know, and I really hope that some of you all will be there tomorrow at the, the hotel, the Washington Hilton is where we will be. The Plaza, Washington Plaza, at 7 o'clock tomorrow. The ANC 2F will be hosting their, their meeting, and this mayor will be there.
Thank you. Thank you. Naomi?
I want to remind people what I said earlier, that we are back with office hours starting this Friday. Compass Coffee down the street, 8 a.m. to 9:30 this Friday. Council member of staff will be there. Anybody want to talk directly to him about anything, he'll be there available to talk to you.
Okay.
Just one announcement, one event from the mayor's office is that we're hosting our first ever Open Streets event on Georgia Avenue. We'll be shutting down 3 miles of Georgia Avenue for folks to ride their bikes, scooters, learn how to properly put on helmets, all different types of programming. It's this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Georgia Avenue between Missouri Avenue and Berry Place Northwest. So see you all there.
What is that?
Yep. It's Open Streets this Saturday, so October 5th, from 10 to 2, Georgia Ave. And then also today, again, is the first day of the fiscal year. One highlight that we were really proud to put in the budget is that diapers, both adult diapers and for infants, are now tax-free, so feel free to stock up on diapers without getting taxed.
Thank you so much. Well, with that, I will move to, the next meeting will be November 5th. And with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
See you guys in the morning.
The last score was 3, Brewers 0.
Was it really?
I gotta be sure about 9.
Yes. Yeah, guys, if you guys can get out as soon as possible, our host would be very grateful.
Hey, security funds.
No, I'm good.
Karen, I got the check right here.
I am, but I don't have my
To the mayor.